The air in the dining room felt thick, like it was holding its breath. My fork trembled against the porcelain plate, scraping a faint, grating screech that made my teeth clench. Across the table, Elise's eyes flickered to mine, her smile tight, her fingers curled too tightly around her wineglass. The chandelier above us cast jagged shadows on her face, and for a moment, she looked like a stranger wearing my wife's skin. I forced a grin, my heart hammering so loud I swore she could hear it. Tonight, I'd play her secret chats for our guests to hear. Tonight, I'd unravel her lies. It started 3 weeks ago, with a flicker on my laptop screen. A glitch I couldn't explain. I'd been working late, the glow of my monitor painting the study in cold blues. Elise was asleep upstairs, or so I thought. The cursor moved on its own, a ghostly twitch, opening folders I hadn't touched. I froze, my coffee mug warm against my palm, the bitter dregs souring my tongue. A notification popped up, remote access enabled. My stomach lurched. Someone was watching me. I scanned the room, half expecting to see eyes glinting in the dark. Nothing. Just the hum of the house, the distant creak of pipes, and my own ragged breathing. I didn't confront her right away. Elise had always been private, her phone locked, her laptop password protected. "Work stuff," she'd say, brushing off my questions with a laugh that never reached her eyes. But I'd noticed the late nights, the way she'd tilt her screen away when I walked by, the soft chime of messages at 2 a.m. I told myself it was nothing, stress, maybe, or her new promotion demanding more. Love makes you blind, doesn't it? You see red flags and call them roses. I installed a monitoring program the next day. Not spyware, I told myself, just a precaution. A way to prove I was paranoid, that Elise was still mine. The software was silent. A ghost in the machine, logging every keystroke, every message, every secret she thought was safe. I didn't check it for days. Guilt gnawed at me, a dull ache in my chest. What kind of husband spies on his wife? But doubt is a poison, and it spread faster than I could stop it. The first message I found was innocent enough. "Dinner at 7?" Sent to a contact named Alex. My heart stuttered, but I rationalized it. A coworker, maybe. A friend from her yoga class. I scrolled further, my fingers slick on the mouse. "Miss you already." My throat tightened. "Can't wait to see you again." The words blurred on the screen, each one a knife twisting deeper. Alex wasn't a coworker. Alex wasn't a friend. Alex was someone who made her laugh in ways I hadn't heard in months. I spent nights hunched over my laptop, the glow burning my eyes as I pieced together their affair. Hotel receipts buried in her email trash. Photos of them in a bar, her hand on his arm. Her smile brighter than it had been at our anniversary dinner. Voice messages, her voice soft and intimate, promising things she hadn't promised me in years. Each discovery was a punch, leaving me gasping, my chest hollowed out. I loved her. I hated her. I wanted to scream, to beg, to burn the house down just to feel something else. But I didn't confront her. Not yet. I needed proof she couldn't deny, something that would strip away her lies and leave her bare. I needed her to feel what I felt, the betrayal, the gut-wrenching humiliation. So I planned. I invited our closest friends for dinner, a casual night of wine and laughter. Elise loved hosting, loved playing the perfect wife. She'd never suspect what I had waiting. The day of the dinner, I barely spoke. My hands shook as I set the table, the clink of plates too loud in the quiet house. Elise hummed in the kitchen, chopping vegetables, her apron tied neatly around her waist. She looked beautiful, her hair catching the sunlight, her movements graceful. I wanted to grab her, shake her, demand why. Instead I smiled and said, "Smells amazing." She beamed, oblivious to the storm brewing inside me. Our friends arrived at 6, Mark and Lena, Sophie and Tom. Laughter filled the house, glasses clinked, and the scent of roasted garlic hung in the air. I watched Elise move through the room, charming, radiant, her lies hidden behind that perfect smile. My pulse raced, a drumbeat urging me forward. I'd wired the dining room speakers to my laptop, the audio files queued and ready. All it would take was one click. Dinner was a blur. I pushed food around my plate, my stomach too knotted to eat. Elise was telling a story, her hands animated, her laugh bright. Our friends leaned in, captivated. I felt like a ghost at my own table, unseen, unraveling. You okay, man? Mark asked, his brow furrowed. I nodded, my throat too tight to speak. Elise glanced at me, her eyes narrowing for a fraction of a second. Did she know? Could she feel the weight of what I was about to do? I waited until dessert. When the conversation softened, the candles flickering low, my hand hovered over my phone, the app linked to the speakers. I've got something special, I said, my voice steady despite the tremor in my chest. Elise tilted her head, curious. Our friends smiled, expecting a toast or a playlist. I pressed play. Her voice filled the room, soft and sultry, from a message she'd sent Alex last week. I can't stop thinking about you. Last night was, God, I've never felt like that. The words hung in the air, sharp and jagged. Elise froze, her wineglass halfway to her lips. Lena gasped, her fork clattering against her plate. Tom's eyes widened, darting between us. Sophie whispered, "What the hell?" Another message played. He's clueless, Alex. He doesn't suspect a thing. My heart pounded, blood roaring in my ears. Elise's face drained of color, her eyes locked on mine, wide with panic. "Turn it off," she whispered, her voice breaking. I didn't. I let the messages play, one after another, her secrets spilling out like blood from a wound. "I love you, Alex. I don't know how to leave him, but I love you." The room was silent except for her voice, each word a hammer shattering the life we'd built. Our friends stared, horrified, their discomfort a palpable weight. Elise stood, her chair scraping the floor, her hands trembling. "Please," she begged, tears streaming down her face. "Stop it, David. I'm sorry." Sorry. The word felt like a slap. I wanted to scream, to ask how she could do this, how she could lie to me for months. But I just sat there, my fingers still on the phone, the messages looping. "I need you, Alex. He's not enough." My vision blurred, hot tears burning my eyes. I'd wanted her to hurt, to feel the weight of her betrayal. But now, watching her crumble, I felt no victory, only emptiness. Mark cleared his throat, mumbling something about leaving. Lena grabbed her purse, avoiding my eyes. Sophie and Tom followed, their footsteps heavy on the hardwood. The front door clicked shut, and we were alone, the speakers silent now, the air thick with the wreckage of our marriage. "Why?" I finally asked, my voice raw. Elise sank to her knees, sobbing, her hands covering her face. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she choked out. "I was lonely. You were always working, always distant." "Alex," he saw me. "Saw you." I laughed, bitter and broken. "I saw you, Elise. Every day I saw you. I loved you." My voice cracked, and I hated myself for it. I wanted to be angry, not this hollow shell of grief. She reached for me, her fingers brushing my arm. I flinched, stepping back. "Don't," I said. "Just don't." I turned away, my chest tight, my mind racing. I'd planned this moment to expose her, to reclaim some shred of control. But now, standing in the ruins of our life, I realized the truth. There was no winning. Betrayal doesn't just break trust, it breaks you. I walked to the study, the same room where I'd discovered her secrets. The laptop sat open, its screen dark. I stared at it, my reflection a ghost in the glass. Behind me, Elise's sobs echoed, a sound I'd never unhear. I'd played her chats, laid her lies bare for all to see. But the twist, the real gut punch, was this: I still loved her. And that hurt more than anything she'd done.